Hello everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Good Times for All, or Zachary Zabala here if you prefer. What I have here in my possession is a Van de Graaff generator. Experiment guide. Hand crank. Really neat little machine. Tells you the general background, all that kind of stuff. Here, I'll just read the very beginning part, what they tell us. The Van de Graaff generator is a simple device designed to create a large voltage with low current. It can be used to dynamically demonstrate several physical concepts, including electrostatics, conservation of charge, conduction, and ionization. Goes through and tells you about how it all works and everything. I read through it once, but I'm going to read through it a few more times. Tells you what all components. Look at puffed cereal or styrofoam peanuts, a plastic bowl, a metal bowl, a balloon, paper, tape, cheerleading pom-pom, bubbles, fluorescent bulb. All of these things are very easy to get. This is just stuff that, and these are just experiments that they give us here. Teach you how to clean, all that kind of stuff. Charging the Van de Graaff. It's really, really simple. Crank the wheel, create static between this surface and this surface at both ends. There's one also at the top. The static is then the charge is collected here in your globe. And what we're going to be doing is observing electric field lines. A charge object produces an electric field that we can represent with field lines. These lines tell us which direction a test charge will travel when influenced by the electric field. In the following activities, we will see the field lines by observing how they cause other materials to behave. So what I did, tore some pieces of tissue paper and connected them with tape. Okay, now you always want to make sure you do not get too close to the Van de Graaff machine. Alright? This you want to keep closer than you. This is your grounding rod. Nice rubber handle here. And a grounding wire that is connected all the way to the base of the machine there. Okay? Now what we're going to see happen here, I'm just going down here by what it says. What was the charge of the paper pom-pom? Before the Van de Graaff was turned on, the material was electrically neutral. It had an equal number of positive and negative charges. See how it's just fallen? It's not reacting to the dome here at all. Now, what was the change of the paper after the Van de Graaff was charged? How did it acquire the charge? Well, it gained a net positive charge from the Van de Graaff sphere. The charge was transferred by contact or conduction. You can't really see that, but that's what it says. So we are going to and you know this because that it got a positive charge because the sphere is positive and the like charges repel. And you're going to see when I turn this on, see how it's all laying down on the sphere right now? Well, if the paper got a negative charge, it will suck to the sphere because this is going to be positively charged. The sphere is, the globe. And if these are positively charged, then a positive charge and a positive charge will repel each other. It's the positive and the negative which attract each other. Okay, so here we go. Set that up there. Now all I'm going to do is crank the Van de Graaff handle. 1, 2, 3, That was just about 5 cranks right there, and look at it already. Now as you can see, it is repelling it all equally in an outer direction. Now one thing I've noticed that's pretty neat already is that when I introduce a negative field, the negative here, it attracts to it. And it's following it. It wants to grab a hold of it. But you have to get so close. So that's a positive, and the paper has now become positively charged through conduction. And it's all attracting to the negative here, my grounding rod. Now to get rid of this charge on here, I have to touch the Van de Graaff with the negative, the rod here. And boom, it drops. I always touch it once more for good measure, and then you can almost see a little bit on there when I touch it with my hand. Watch this. Really neat. It won't take much to crank it up. There's still a lot of charge that's in the Van de Graaff. 1, 2, 2 cranks and it's back up already. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with this, folks. I can tell already. I got some other goodies. I don't know if you can see these or not, but some glass rods, acrylic rods, brass and acrylic, acrylic and brass, and then what they call amber, really, really hard, thick rubber, and a piece of silk, a piece of wool, and some fur. You can do all kinds of experiments by rubbing these together in certain ways and creating static electricity in fields just with these. And I'm going to be showing you how we do that kind of stuff too. So that's it, folks. One of my new favorite toys, and just some of the stuff that's going to be I'll be showing you here in the future. So that's it. Probably already longer than I want it to be, so I'm going to be experimenting, and as I learn, I'll be sharing what I learn with you. This is Good Times for All, signing out. As always, thanks for watching.